My high school band teacher always told me, he said, Jennifer, you have constipation of the brain and diarrhea of the mouth.
Oh my God. That's really true. That is. I like it. That's our new
And those
saying.
people that truly know me know that's the truth. Well, anyway, I hit record a little early. I figured, why not catch us chatting?
I know.
Today's episode, we just want to get started and talk about an email we actually received through our website.
Yes.
Someone wrote into us and asked how the best ways for him to bond with his pregnant girlfriend and how to bond with the baby after the baby's arrived and what baby products are actually worth getting, not giving. Oh my God, getting. Honestly, at first, the message, it really kind of caught us off guard because we were just like, oh, I don't know. But then we thought about it more and we realized that behind all these questions was something that so many people feel, but they don't always say out loud. How do I know I'm doing this right?
Parent.
Yes.
And you never know. You never know. Is your kid alive? There you go. That's
right.
That's something. That's something to be proud of there. But how do you know? That is the thing.
Well, and the thing is whether you're about to just become a parent, whether you are already one, or whether you're just trying to show up for someone that you love, that question is completely universal.
It is.
And the truth is, life, it doesn't come with instructions, and parenting absolutely does not. So today we're just going to talk about trusting yourself, tuning out that noise, understanding that there's really no perfect formula for being a good parent.
Right. And you know what? It starts with being good with your partner. If the two of you can work well together and love each other and communicate, and communication is key, that sends you right into be able to and talk about how you want to be a parent, if you want to, what your thoughts are on it. Because you both deserve to have a voice and you can come to an agreement and to how you want to come forth. Like, do I want to make sure that I am present? And being present between conception, creation, and the physical being here is a plethora of ways that a male partner or another female partner that isn't the one that is carrying the child can be a part of everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Agreed. Well, and when you think about it, I don't really feel like the question was, how do I do okay, let me just go back. I don't think that the main question was behind every question we were asked. I feel like the real question was, how do I show up in the right way?
Yes.
Like, how do I, the answer to that is 100% so simple. And that's literally your presence.
Yes.
You don't need some magical, perfect strategy. You don't need to buy the perfect things.
Nope.
And you don't have to perform, in air quotes, parenthood.
Consistency, showing up. Exactly.
Well, and bonding happens in the small moments. That's whenever you're checking in, when you're listening, when you're involved. And showing up whenever you feel unsure, like no matter what, like I've said before in the past, I think that confidence in a situation is always, it doesn't matter if you're scared. It doesn't matter if you don't know what's going on. Just you being there and being present. That's like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's the best thing. Yeah. Yes. It's just being present, because real connection, it's not built through anything that's perfect. It's literally built through presence.
I mean, think about it. Can you remember gifts you received? No, but I can remember people who showed up.
100%.
And that is a memory that I mean, things wear out, things get thrown out. You outgrow something, but you're never going to outgrow that gesture. Nobody ever outgrows a gesture of care, a gesture of concern, a gesture of, hey, I'm just there, whatever you need. And doing that for your partner. And like we read through the email and we read through it a couple times because we wanted to make sure we touch every part. I don't know what's going to work best for this person's baby because everybody's different. However, like you had said, it is not a financial thing. It is not, I'm the best because I came up with the most expensive thing. It's, I'm here because I love you and I want to be present. And that is the best gift that I can give.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's never a monetary thing. Like, I know everybody always thinks, oh, I got to go big and crazy with this. But literally some of the best gifts I've ever received was just somebody showing up for me. Yeah. And it can be in multitudes of what, lots of ways. Like just going to appointments with her, Making sure that she's comfortable, asking her how she feels and what she would like. And then, helping make those desires come true. Just say, hey, I'm here for you. Like, I got your back. And maybe sometimes you do need to have her back and rub her back a little and say, hey.
Like that check-in
because carrying a baby is hard.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's hard. But like a check-in throughout the day, like, hey, I have to pass by like the grocery store. Would you like me to stop? Is there something like, today that popped in your head and you were like, hey, I'm really craving.
You got a craving?
And it's like, I'm down to get it for you because I want to come home. I want to enjoy the rest of the night with you. I want you to be happy and feel good. And I want to make sure that that's what I'm creating when I come home. I'm creating this way for you to feel better. And maybe it's just a way for you to like sit there, eat that pint of ice cream while I watch you and just tell me like, oh my gosh, today was exhausting. Even if you didn't do anything. I mean, making a human, it's exhausting. And don't say that. Don't be like, well, I know she didn't get the dishes done. It's, you know what? Well, you sit there and eat the ice cream. I'm going to knock out these dishes. And when I come back, I'll give you a foot rub and we can talk about baby stuff. And just that is like, because the person creating life is thinking a plethora of things from I'm creating life to I have to keep this life safe to am I doing this right? Should I not eat this? Should I have this? Should I buy this? Should I do this? And that's where it comes into you have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your doctor. And you have to know exactly what you want to do later on. And nobody really knows. I mean, because that kid's going to throw so much stuff at you. Because you could be like, I'm going to go right off and I'm going to be a hands-on parent and my kid's going to be a music prodigy. And the kid could be, the next NFL star. What do we know? We don't know. Could be the next person to cure cancer. Yeah. We don't know. See, anybody can be anything, but showing up is how you're going to make sure that happens.
Exactly. I agree with that. Well, and something else that I think that people deal a lot with, whether you are just coming into parenthood is, well, no, usually that's it. But you have so much pressure from the outside. Everybody wants to give you advice. Everybody wants to tell you exactly how to do something. Everybody wants to tell you which products to buy. There's freaking marketing everywhere that's telling you, oh, this is the best. This is it. This is that. This is what you need. And then the pressure of the people around you, those could even be loved ones. That could be strangers. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. Everybody's always going to have an opinion. But what really matters is what makes you and your partner happy.
Yes.
What makes you and that partner the happiest. I mean, because you want to create your own life for that baby.
Exactly.
There's not anybody that can tell you how to parent or what to do. I mean, we can all day give you examples of things that we did or mistakes that we made. But at the end of the day, that's your life, your child, and your choices.
And to be honest, and maybe the point of the reach out was some reassurance that their thought and the way they're trying to figure it out is the correct way. And like we're saying, there is no correct way, but we're proud of you. We're proud of you for thinking about the future stuff from birth till the baby and then becomes a child and then becomes an adult. Like it was across the board that they were thinking about. It wasn't just one, like I'm just worried when they're in diapers or I'm just worried. So, and the same thing, you're going to raise an amazing human being because you're going to do it with the love and care that you showed into
that
the
you're
female.
Obviously showing. Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, like, is everything's different with every child. Like I remember after Dalton was born, Dalton was such an easy baby. He was so chill. He loved to watch TV. He literally would only cry if I changed his diaper because he would rather sit in his shit or if he was hungry. Like he was the happiest kid, always giggling, big old chubby cheeks giggling.
Yep.
And then Jasmine was born at 33 weeks. So she was 9 weeks early. Wait, no, 7 weeks early.
Yep.
7 weeks early. Sorry, my brain did not math that very well.
That's
anyway,
okay.
I got her home. She was home for a week and she was like awesome. And then she cried from the time she was 3 weeks old until she was 2. And I thought to myself, I guess I can't get lucky twice. But I mean, every situation is so different. And the thing is too, with Dalton, He loved toys. He loved balls. He loved things with wheels. He loved everything. Like he loved toys. And whenever I had Jasmine and she started growing up, she had zero interest in toys. She literally would play in her imagination. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's so weird.
But
this
she
is
did.
Exactly how Dean and Faith are. They are
right.
exactly.
It's so crazy, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there is nobody that can tell you. There is no instruction manual. There is no like professional way to parent, because we're all literally just figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I think we've said that many times before. Like, it's just, life is literally just.
I mean, I've been open that I do have a son that is autistic. So again, my whole upbringing with him is quite different than others. I mean, I can understand. We were at dinner the other night and I could already see that he was getting triggered. So their dad doesn't like him to put the headphones and stuff on when we're having a family meal, but I tapped him and I said, put them on. And he goes, well, Dad said, I said, put them on, because I didn't want to deal with the meltdown we were going to have to deal afterwards, which it isn't a meltdown and he's 19, but it is a chunk of time that he's going to need to decompress and recoup. And then it is, and it's not necessarily miserable for us, but it is.
I'm sure it's exhausting for him.
It is exhausting for him. So I just said, let's not even bother. Put him in now. So that way later on we can have the night. And he did. And he only needed them for like 10 minutes. It was about 10 minutes that he had them on. And in the meantime, Tom and I just sat and talked, and then he popped them off. And then he turned around and he said, I'm sorry, you had asked me something before you had gotten up. That's what he told Tom. And Tom's like, oh yeah, I was just asking about school. And then we just picked the conversation right back up, and it was fine. And it was fine, but it was a needed point.
Yeah. So that way it didn't boil over. Yeah. No, I totally get that. Well, and that's true too, because as I think, even as the kids grew up, like Dalton was, well, they're both very kinesthetic. They're very hands-on. And they both learn by doing things versus someone telling them how to do that.
Yeah.
But it was just very different with each child. And not even just that. Like, as I've grown up with other people, I've grown up as an adult. I've grown up with other adults and their children. I've seen a lot of differences. I mean, there was very many differences in the way that we parented. I was always kind of relaxed. Like, I didn't really like let the kids go off and do anything.
Right.
I kind of had a tight grip on that, but I let them tell me all of their emotions. Like, we were very honest with each other, very open. And I feel like that is beneficial, because now today they still communicate with me.
Yep. And that's something we didn't necessarily, I don't know if you grew up when I told my mom stuff, but I mean, we hid stuff. You hid the fact that you were drunk in a field at 14 and then you were in the back of some 19-year-old's car smoking cigarettes. I mean, we've done stuff that we don't want our parents to know.
Yeah, and the internet didn't exist, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. But I always tried to have an open relationship with my kids, because I did want them to come and say, hey, like, I made a mistake and I need help. And I didn't want them to feel like they had to hide it and then it would get worse. So I'd prefer you to come and be like, I made a mistake. Can you help me? And then we can at least attack it together. And I mean, disappointment or not, the point is you came, and I if I can help, I'm going to help, because that's what I am as a parent. That's, the point of it. And I want to have that open dialogue so that it never becomes a point where you have to hide something and then it becomes a bigger problem than what it is.
Well, and that's funny too, because we're very similar in our parenting styles, because I have had friends that were like, I don't know how to explain it. They just were so tight on their children. And I feel like it gave the children extra pressure.
Yeah. To be the best, to be whatever they were trying to go for.
And with the kids, I have always told them, if you dream it, you can do it.
Yep.
Like, if you think that you're capable and you're capable, anything that you get in your mind, you can achieve. And so the kids have always had that mentality, which is kind of weird, because I think some people have said I've had people say that they seem like entitled, but I don't know. I just want them to always. No, you don't think so? Okay, no. Good. Well, I always want them to be confident. I always want them to feel good about who they are. And I want them to feel good about what they do and what they put out into the world.
I mean, I just came in like, oh, I'm your mom's friend. And then, I don't know, I feel like Dalton always makes a point of talking to me when I'm here. So we shoot the shit. And, we went out and I was like, oh, well, let's get Dalton something because we're here,
Right, yeah.
So I just automatically think about him. And the issue is Jasmine isn't here,
Right.
she's living life. But I would, same thing if she was here. I'm like, oh, let me grab. But you did the same thing with Dean and Faye. You were like, oh, I want to go to Burger King. Let's grab something for Dean.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, the thought is still the same. I just gathered, bonus children. That's what I call them.
I know,
just gather.
You just have bonus children.
I just gather
me
some bonus children.
Well, it's nice. It's nice. And why did I sound so sarcastic when I said that? God, that was mean.
She's like, man, she
apologize.
does just pick up people's children.
Oh no, I think it's awesome.
But bringing it back to the email, I understand where he's coming from because he's scared.
Yeah,
it's a fear. I'm reaching out to you because I'm fearful. I'm unsure of where to go. Could you give me some sort of guidance? And maybe it's the point is that they don't have a parent, or maybe the conflicting information, like you were saying, from other people, and that's not how they want to approach this. And if I'm given an opinion, approach it how you feel that you need to approach it, what you want to instill in your child, and what you want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong that you can do. And from the email, I didn't sense anything wrong. I think that just what can I do to ensure that I'm creating the best human being possible? That was the vibe of what I got from the email. And I think just raising them to be a kind person is the best thing you can do.
Exactly. Yeah. And the best way you can do that is by being present and showing that kindness, showing your heart and always making sure that they know that they're loved. I think that's important because a lot of children today, unfortunately, don't feel loved. And that's really sad to me. But we can also bring back the whole pressure thing. Like I said, there's a lot of commercials. There's a lot of baby brands out there that are just so pushy. And, even as I had my first child, I thought to myself, I got to go all out. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to, there's a lot of things that I felt were necessary. Like I always wanted to make sure I had extra onesies on me. I always made sure I had just a change of clothes because holy moly, babies are shit factories. Especially if you breastfeed.
Yes. And since we're talking about it, what is something that you thought you needed, well, it turned out to be a useless thing completely, that you would tell anyone don't even waste the money on?
A baby changing table.
Same. Had to have it. Changed him on the floor or my bed 90% of the time.
Did you ever change him in the backseat of the car too? Yep.
Never. I think I used it twice.
They have like those travel pads that you can get. That is perfect.
Yep.
That thing is great because then you can change the baby anywhere. They're just a little they're
it's a little plastic
vinyl. And you can just clean it off and perfect, reusable. Fantastic.
Yes.
The other thing it's weird, but I think the cheap diapers ended up being more durable.
I used the Target brand. I love Target brand diapers. They were fantastic.
I always got it was like at Sam's Club. They had the big, I don't remember what they were.
Kirkland. They were Kirkland.
Maybe I don't know what they were, but they were freaking the best. Because I tried so many diapers and like those overnight diapers to help with leaks. No, those were crap.
Well, it's people, and then I'll even throw this on the people who use the pull-ups. I'm sorry, that is a diaper. And I understand it works for some people, but how are you going to teach your kid to use the potty if they're still wearing something that feels like a diaper?
Yeah, true.
But that's my opinion on it. And maybe it works for people. It did not work for my kids. Both of them just are like, well, I'm just going to keep crapping in this, Mom.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope, we're not doing this. I'm not spending the money on something else for you. You can crap in the toilet. That's where it belongs, where I can flush it down.
My children were water babies, so I did buy a lot of those swimmers. Those swimmers, I loved those.
Oh, I just let mine go naked, so I was just like, oh, we have the pool. You guys can just swim nude.
Oh, you had your own pool. Yeah. Okay, that's different.
We weren't going off to the town pool and letting them
free ball it out there.
They caddyshacked it.
Just drop a turd in the pool. I'm trying to think of other things that were a waste of money. Well, one thing that I did like, I had this thing that I could plug into the charger in my car. And I could literally, because I breastfed, I could just put the bottle in it and it would take like 30 seconds and it would warm it up.
Oh, here I am thinking awesome. You're driving with your tits out.
No.
And you're pumping along. Cop pulls you over. You're like,
I probably did wear my pump a couple times. You never know. But
now, see, for me, it was the Jolly Jumper.
Oh my God, my kids loved it.
Now, Faye, not so much.
Do they still make it?
They do. This was a freestanding one. I remember because I got it on sale for $90 and he used it. I would just, if I couldn't get him to go to sleep, I'd put him in it. Then I'd just lay it. I'd put it at the end of the bed and lay there at the end of the bed, and he'd bounce until he passed out. And then I'd passed out and I'd make him hold my finger. So I knew he was still there. And, because Dean was up every 4 hours, not Faye, man. I brought her home. She's like, I'm all right. You're good. I had to wake up. I'm like, hey, are you still okay? Do you need to eat? Did you shit yourself? Are you okay? 7 hours a night.
That was Dalton. That was Dalton, but Jazzy, no. Dalton was like this wild child too. I'd put him in his bouncer and he would throw himself back and forth.
That's how Dean was. Yeah.
He would just go nuts. He would be watching TV and then I'd hear him giggling and he was just going. And he also had, I don't know if you remember when Fisher Price made that freestanding, it was like a carousel horse and they could hold on to it and bounce up and down. Oh my God, he loved that thing.
Oh, we had that too.
Yeah.
We got all this stuff was secondhand, which let me tell you,
secondhand is fantastic.
Secondhand, because if your kid doesn't like it, you didn't spend $100, you spent $12. Perfect. I would always recommend that, especially for things that are going to outgrown. Everything your kid is going to outgrow, if you don't have to get it new, don't. I mean, car seats, new.
And they outgrow it fast.
Toys, if you can get them secondhand, then you don't have to worry about it. I mean, and you know what? Something loved means when you get it and it's a little used, it was something loved. And by loved, it means you're passing love on to the next child. And then this thing can be, sent down your, different people and just get a lot of enjoyment. And sometimes that's what and sometimes the older stuff was built to last. Stuff now is built to just, I mean, we're such a single use community or a single use world now. That's how I feel.
We really are. No, we really are. 100%.
Back in the day granted, it was built with lead and that was horrible. But other than that.
That's why it was durable.
Yeah.
It would kill you, but it was durable.
It was durable. Yeah. It'd outlast you, but here we are. But that's just my opinion. If secondhand saves you money, and then if it doesn't work out, hey, you didn't blow a whole paycheck on it. And you know what? Your kid doesn't even remember. And they're going to remember the time you spent together, like what you were saying. That's what they will remember. They remember experiences, not stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. No, totally. Well, I kind of remember whenever I got my first Furby.
Yeah, but that thing was weird and demonic, and it still talks even when you take the batteries out.
Dude, I had the batteries out of that thing, and I remember in the middle of the night, it'd be like, you know how you could hear it blinking?
Oh, my God. Yeah, my kids looked at it. I bought it for them. And I was like, oh, And my daughter's like, why the hell would I want this?
Dalton had one of those stupid Tickle Me Elmos.
Oh, we had all the Elmos.
It would randomly just start singing and dancing. I'll never forget the night that I went in and I just pulled all the batteries out of everything because so many of those toys would just go off on their own.
And you're like, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
My friend had this baby doll. Her little girl had this baby doll that was on roller skates. And whenever you walk past it, it would trigger it and it would start skating across the floor. And it was literally like this tall, like maybe 2 foot. And it had like hair that the daughter had obviously given a haircut at one point. And so I will never forget the night that I walked into my kitchen. Well, I walked into my living room and my kitchen had like a bar around it. And all of a sudden I heard, I was like, what the fuck? And I turn around and the lights just glowing in her terribly cut blonde hair. And she's like, coming at me.
And that's how Jen set her first house on fire.
Yeah, that's the first time I shit my pants. No, it wasn't really, but I mean, I could see it happening.
You know what? That would happen to me right after like Chucky. Like that would be the movie I would watch. And then that would happen to me. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, it gave me Chucky vibes, that little doll. It was just weird. It was the creepiest little doll. Some of these toys, man, are fucking creepy.
Yeah. Well, those weird Delulus, they're like, I don't know what the hell their faces are. But I was at Five Below and I saw a Machi or Chikamachi. You would remember it if you saw it.
A Tamagotchi?
No, it was the little things. They weren't like a cross between like a chimpanzee and like a bear. It was from the 80s.
What?
It began with an M. I can't remember. Man, now I kind of feel bad that I mentioned it and I can't remember what it is, but it's something from the 80s. Somebody would remember it. You could put their thumbs in the mouth. They looked like they were cute. I was happy to see it back. I was like, oh my God, these things were adorable. Look at it. And Tom was like,
you saw it at Five Below?
I saw it at Five Below.
I feel like I'm going to have to go to Five Below and check it out.
It was the one I was at yesterday because I called you about that perfume thing because the perfume place was next door. But she didn't message back, and then some lady caught me. She had a kiosk for her.
I must have been sleeping. Was I sleeping?
I think you were sleeping because you didn't mention back until after I had left.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I was dead.
Yeah, but you're feeling better now, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean,
and you look better today.
You know, I was just sitting here looking at this because I crossed my legs up here on this chair with you. I swear to God, we have more room than when we first started.
We do.
Okay, I'm not imagining it.
Look at us.
We have more space on this couch than when we first began because we were like body to body before.
Yeah, now we're actually sitting comfortable.
Look, and I'm sitting like Indian style over here, and I'm still on just my pillow. You know, just to segue, I feel like we need to have a little comic relief today, but I can't think of anything chaotic that's happened to us lately.
I mean, besides the amount of ladies scratching themselves in public, man,
that was a little weird.
That was something, but
I mean,
we went out Monday, and then we ended up back at Days because I don't know, we just can't seem to stay away from the dispensary. And then we got asked to show up again for.
Oh yeah, we're going to be doing another event for 7/10.
Yeah, we're pretty excited.
July 10th. We're excited about that. Of course, we're going to have to put together another prize package for sure.
Yeah, right, the one we had the first time, though. I mean, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good, man. But you know, Kelly and I haven't been on any adventures lately. Oh, Kelly's planning to renew her vows, and she just bought this beautiful dress.
Oh my God! It is a
goodness
iconic dress, and I'm looking for epic pictures. And honestly, I'm just going to throw an invite out there to the world. I don't care. Show up, don't show up.
Kelly's like, we're getting remarried. Come on,
to pass because that's all we're asking.
We got to have some food around there,
and we're just going to eat, and we're going to stand in the woods, and I'm going to tell Tom, you know, fuck, 25 years, baby, 25 years, and it's an achievement, and there's been a lot of shit and a lot of greatness and a lot of memories, and
I know,
yeah. And I'm gonna make my kids. They're gonna give me away and shove me down the aisle or however they're gonna plan on doing it. But everything is the dress itself is. I wish I had you with me. And I just said, hey,
that dress is super cute.
Do you want to go?
Love it.
Go look. And Tom was like, let's go. And then she brought that dress out, and I tried it on. And I was like, oh, I don't know, you know, And he was like, I think you look like a goddess. Let's get it. And I was like, I don't know, you know, price. And he said, it's been 25 years and I want to see you. I want to see you in this dress, and I want to do things to you in that dress. we didn't go further than that there.
Oh,
however,
Lord.
He did help me in an outset dress. So he will have to teach you how to help me in this because it is a heavy dress.
Ooh,
but it's going to be a lot of fun.
So
and it's going to give off some definite medieval freaking vibes, man. It's going to be awesome. It is going to be very something. And I we could share pictures, or you people can just show up and come. Hey, I'm down for whatever.
It's going to be awesome. I'm pretty excited for you. Well, and then not long after that, we have our concert coming up.
Yep.
We're going to be freaking exciting.
We're in effect. Want you to push it back.
Everybody's going to see us out there and be like, who are these crazy bitches? And we're going to maybe we should get a couple flags made with side quests on it and just be like,
oh my God, I will totally wear that, like, so you can find me.
I'm telling you, we're going to wear our t-shirts.
On a pole and find me. But I want to make this, like, this is going to be so much fun. I am so excited.
I think I should just make us big t-shirts with QR codes on it.
Yes, and people can just scan our badge. And then people just scan,
they have no clue what it is. And we could just be like, I dare ya at the bottom of it, like I dare ya.
Oh my God, something give cute. Us a 90s saying, like
exactly, exactly.
I think that was that right said Fred or relax said Fred or what was that?
Is it weird that Frankie I feel like I really want to buy a pair of parachute pants? I feel like we could probably Probably
yellow and
find
red.
some.
And
it's like coming back.
Yes. Oh my God. The
Did you
90s are
see
back.
all the denim in the store the other day?
Oh my God. We walked through Walmart and I was like, this was my 90s. Look at the 90s.
So much denim. And you know what the sad part is like on all of the clothing, it was like retro wear.
Yes.
And I was like, we're not old enough to be retro.
I always pictured us being like frickin' Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And we're sitting up there watching them play, wild stallions and wearing the weird gray pointy outfits because that was the future. But no, here we are.
I know. And like
not even Matrix either. We're not even Matrix back. I'm wearing tie-dye, so.
Oh, I have color on today too. Look at me.
And I have shorts on. Because it was warm, then it was cold, and then it was warm.
I know the weather's been so weird, but the plant stands are opening, right? I don't know if Kelly, you don't know my love for plant stands, do you?
I don't know. Is this what we're going to do all summer? Because I do need to get some. I need to get some Mater plants.
Girl, I'm planning to mulch the front beds, put in new plants. Ooh. I have like a whole plan for the summer. And you know what? I need to also get Jonathan. Jonathan, if you're listening, I want you to till the back field for me so I can plant a veggie garden. You will have veggies in abundance. And you know what? Maybe I'll even become a little homesteader and I'll start canning veggies so we can have them all winter too.
Not for nothing. My friend Chris cans and he makes the best frickin' pickles. Okay, it's not the pickles. I just like his brine. He makes the best brine. Like he just brings me over brine. He's like, here's some pickles for your family. Here's a jar of brine for you.
One of the guys that I game with has been pickling all kinds of veggies, and he's making his own pepper spices out of some dried peppers he bought online. I can't remember what the Scoville was on it, but oh my God, they're probably really spicy.
Well, so what you're saying is we need to tape somebody eating them, not me, because I don't like spicy food.
Oh, I don't like spicy food either. I would die.
You know who likes spicy food? Tom.
Jonathan.
And John. Oh my God, there we go.
Jonathan,
the two of them.
We could just put them to the test. I don't know. I might have to hit up my gaming friend then. Nick, I know you don't live far away, but I might have to meet up with you and get some pickles and stuff. But I used to, as a kid, we canned everything. Like we made our own spaghetti sauce for all winter.
I think that would be great.
We used to do so much stuff, and I feel like it's not done as much
Convenience and the one-time use has taken over everyone's life. I would love to do that, but then in some parts, I feel like I don't have enough focus.
Yeah,
but I feel like what
you're
saying is the greatest idea I have ever heard, and I'm 100% behind you. John, I'm behind her, so now you're scared.
We can seriously like plant the garden, get it going, and then we could bake. You could bake stuff up and freeze it, or we could can it. Yeah. And it's like an all day process to can, but you
can do it with your Instapot, right? Because I can do it on mine. I can do it on mine.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that's why somebody told me to buy. Well, no. The person who told me to buy it was my friend Autumn. By the way, she's awesome. She does a whole sourdough thing on Facebook if anyone wants to watch. She was like, you should buy an Instapot because you could stick a frozen chicken in there and cook it. And I was like, no, you can't. And she was like, yeah, 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you can do a frozen chicken, 100%.
I did it because I wanted to see. Was it fantastic?
Well, and if you do chicken in there, yeah, it gets a little soupy.
Yeah, but it wasn't horrible.
But it was probably tender and juicy.
Well, I had used like an entire thing of like Italian seasoning and actually the dressing. I just poured it all in there. I was like, let's see what happens. And it was really good, and it was juicy, and it was, but it was just, there was that consistency in the chicken that threw me off.
I just wish you didn't have to put the liquid in it. Yeah. Like if I could just cook, but I think that, don't they have like a air one now? Like you can get and you put over the food and it bakes it.
Yes. I don't have the counter space for that.
Me neither.
Sorry, I'm not going to get it, Tom. I don't have the counter space.
Too many kitchen gadgets as well. Well, I keep hiding them like in cabinets and stuff, but it drives me crazy whenever the rest of the family doesn't put them up after, because then it's, like it's just there.
Yeah. And you're like, where it goes.
You're like, hello.
And that goes into the whole point of when you buy stuff for your kid, you don't need everything that they tell you need.
Exactly.
And have a baby shower and be smart with it. Don't say, please buy me an $8,000 crib, because we had 2 cribs because I had my kids one right after another, and they both slept in bed with me. What was the point of it? What was the point of the crib? I mean, granted, I put them in the crib for nap time, but 90% of the time they climbed into the bed with me, or when they were babies, I would have them in their boppy pillow right next to me because they were going to have to breastfeed, and I wasn't going to get up and meander across my house. until they were like 2, I think they all slept in the same room with us. And then I was like, all right, you guys, know you're pottied and you know how to use the potty, and then they each went into their own rooms. And to be honest with you, the rooms were gated.
Mm-hmm.
And they each had a potty in there, and people were like, why? And I said, because I had an old house, and I live in an old house now. My house was made in the 1700s. Before we upgraded, the heating element was like straight up fire in the middle of a room. Like, you know what I mean? And I didn't want my kids to touch it. Granted, they saw that there was fire. They knew that it was hot. They knew that this is where heat came out of. But still, kids touch stuff. So they each had their rooms, and their rooms had a gate in it. But I mean, you could yell and I could hear you throughout the thing. And they had their stuff in there, and they could get to once they hit the age of the bathroom, and they knew. So like 3.5, 4, not to touch the fire. Everything went away and everybody just used the potty as regular. But that was my own fear, because we did live we lived on the second floor, and just the worries about, if you got to the door, you never know. And we had dogs, but the one, he would never let anybody toddle into. He knew exactly, like, you couldn't go into the bathroom. If you tried to go in the bathroom, he'd knock a kid over. Like, nope, you don't go in there. That's the no area, and then if mommy comes with you, I'll let you in, kind of thing. I mean, he was really good about that. But back to what we were talking about with our email and everything else. I mean, honestly, being present, being there, doing things that feel natural. And once the baby is in front of you, you would feel natural. So if it does feel natural to you to reach down and talk to the belly and hug the belly, and your partner is open to it, then by all means. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking to your child while your child is in your partner, or giving a kiss, or just genuinely making your partner feel well and a part of the experience as you're enjoying it together.
Right.
And that's wonderful. And then later on, when the baby is here, like you were saying, skin to skin after birth is a wonderful way to initiate.
Yeah. Skin to skin is fantastic.
The love that I've got from the email is this: he wants the child and his partner to know that they are loved, and you can do that physically, you can do that emotionally, you can do that just by being present. It doesn't have to just be a financial aspect.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it is more appreciative when it is everything but the financial aspect. I mean, granted, you have to be there financially, but knowing that you got up for me at 2:00 and took that feeding and had to stay up and let me sleep for a solid 2-3 hours, that was the best gift I could ever had.
Right. Well, and at some point, everybody just has to learn how to trust themselves. Every parent needs to learn to trust themselves. Yep. And that's not because they have all the answers, but because no one else can really write the exact roadmap for your family. And you need to keep that in mind. There is no roadmap to parenting, period. Nope. But there's are
mountains
things
and dips and
there
plateaus.
Are things that you will come to, but those decisions will be for you to make. People can always offer you suggestions. They can give you their own experiences, but they cannot define what works for you.
Yeah.
Honestly, just learning to trust your own judgment might be one of the most important parts of parenting. Because when you stop trying to meet everyone else's expectation, you create a space to actually connect with you, with your child, with your partner. Everything will come together. So you have to learn to trust yourself. Trust your instincts. And it's funny because a lot of people told me that I would always gain those instincts once my kids came. And I always thought, oh no, I'll never figure it out. How do I have the capacity to love more? How do I have the capacity to give more? And then it was just like instant. The moment that they arrived into the world, everything was different.
Yes.
And
100%.
you make every choice selflessly.
You do. And that's not just from a mother's point of view. That could be from a father's point of view as well. And reaching out is a wonderful thing. And and I'm sure that you have people in your life that would be more than happy.
Well,
to
just you reaching out proves that you're going to be a good parent.
Exactly.
Because you're already confused and scared, and you have all of those fears and anxiety. But I'm telling you, once that baby comes into the world, it's going to be like what you're asking us is not really how to bond or how to prepare. You just want to know how to do things the right way. So with us, we're saying, there is no perfect way because there's no exact formula to being a good parent. There is literally just showing up. You're going to learn as you go.
Yep.
You're going to learn to love the people that are in front of you the best way that you know how.
And love is the best way to do it. It is the most universal, easiest way to give somebody that boost, that kindness, that need.
Mm-hmm.
It's being present and being loving. And there you go.
And, like we said, we feel like you already care enough because you're asking these questions. So you're already doing much better than you think.
And you're thinking about you. And there was plenty of mentioned in there about his partner and just different things like, can I do, should I? And it is whatever your partner is comfortable with. And if they are comfortable with you stroking their belly and talking to their belly, by all means, make a time. Just say, hey, 5:00 after we have dinner, can you and I sit together where I can just, you could tell me about your day. Tell me about that. I could rub your feet. I could rub the belly. We could talk to the baby, or we could read a story because they are listening. Babies are listening, and you could do everything that you have spoken about in the email as long as both you and your partner are comfortable with the interaction.
Yep, exactly. Well, and at the end of the day, what matters most is that there's love given in every detail. You're always giving love, and that love that you give will always mean more than any mistakes that you fear.
Yes, 100%.
Yep. So just remember, like we said, parenting isn't about having all the answers.
We talked about parenting our parents. So even that should show you that there is no answer. There is no answer. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. There is just what works best.
Yes, exactly.
For the situation you're in.
And there's no perfect parents, only present parents. And presence will always matter much more than perfection.
Yes, 100% agree. 100% agree.
I mean, I think that probably is a good place for us to close out.
I think what's going to happen is these people are going to raise a wonderful human being that's going to radiate kindness and wonderfulness. And I'm pleased to know that there's another wonderful person out there that's coming into this world.
Exactly. And we wish you the best of luck.
Yep. Reach out again if you want. We love talking.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's anything else that you feel like we can cover, like we said, there's no rule book. There's no perfect way to do anything. And you know what? Just because something worked for us doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Yep.
We can only tell you our own experiences. We've said many times before, we're definitely not professionals. We're just moms with experience. That's it.
Yep.
But we also want to make sure everybody checks out Mom for a Minute, because we still are doing as much as we can to push that in. We want to always be able to encourage others, and we want to spread kindness. And we hope that our listeners will jump on board and help us spread a little kindness.
It is just a free way. And and all we're asking is kindness. It doesn't cost anything. It is a free thing you can do to help someone else.
And, I was even thinking that perhaps we could put a link on there and let people just record videos of encouragement. And then we can just have videos of encouragement so people can access whenever they need.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of different facets, ways that we can do this, because I do understand the apprehension, because you are giving us personal information and you are being vulnerable. So I do understand. But if we can provide a resource, if anybody even has any ideas of a way that we can provide a resource to effectively put out our Mom for a Minute idea, because we 100% want to do this. We both are moms that have a lot of love to still give. And I mean, our children, of course, we're still giving them love. Not that we're not, but it's just at that distance now that they're growing. And so we just want to be a helping hand and a nice voice in times of desperation.
And we like,
and not even desperation. Anytime.
I like to be kind, and I like to be the person that helps. So if I can help you, I want to be able to help, or if I can direct you into the right thing. I hate seeing anybody struggle. If we can help, please reach out.
Exactly.
And we are the type of people who can figure something out. I mean, seriously, you put the two of us together, we're seeing time travelers and
bouncing things,
everything
we
else.
Got this.
We're wonderful at this. So everybody just, and if you did, like you said, if you want to just videotape yourself and just say, I am just a person, and all I want you to know is I'm proud of you. And that's all you have to say. And the video is there. And if people want to watch it and that's all they hear, that's great. And if it becomes more and somebody reaches out to you and you create a friendship or something, or not, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you're comfortable with. But hey, we're down to share whatever you need us to share to ensure that kindness is emitted through everywhere.
Exactly. Well, and with that, We appreciate you guys, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Oh, yeah.
And love yourself, be kind to yourself.
And girl bye.
Girl bye.